Without Borders 1 cent during summer games done quick. We have $150 from a Santa A. As promised, Pip, great to see you on the big stage. Keep on hammering. We have $10 from an anonymous donor who says, at least Peach had the decency to only be kidnapped once per game. Thank you for all the hours of fun that no donation can ever cover. Thank you so much. Also, save the animals because I love Metroid Fusion. And we are now ready for Mega Man 4 being run by Chelney.
What's up, everybody? I'm still here, still in the US. They haven't kicked me out yet. All right. Yeah, if everybody's ready, I guess I'll introduce my coach here right before I get going. Oh, you guys go ahead. Or you don't have a mic, you can't. So I'll introduce the ones that don't. I guess Papat.1 here on the end here, and Brett Suzo again for the face on the couch. And then, yeah, you guys go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Colonel Fatso.
Facet CC.
I'm Jimmy Poopins.
Perfect. And Jimmy definitely knows more about this game than I do, so I'm going to let him do most of the tough commentary. So yeah, if you guys are all ready, let's get this underway. In 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going to Pharaoh because it's faster. I'm just going to say that. There is another route. Bright First is definitely a route. Allman ran it 2 years ago with me when we raced this game. And it's not much slower. It's very, very comparable. But this is the route that I've been running for over 2 years now. And it's just in my muscle memory. We're going to do a little bit of a safety strat here. All right. That fly can be a jerk, and he can snipe you into that pit. And that prevents you from collecting the balloon, which is what we're going to be using throughout the majority of this run for vertical screens to go quickly. So he was nice, but it's always good to be safe. All right, so there's actually a little bit of a scary strat here I'm going to go for. We'll see if we can get it here. Yo.
Yeah.
That's a very, very, very tight strat to get, so you don't have very many iframes after you jump, so it's pretty tricky. But yeah, we start with Pharaoh because we want to get the Pharaoh shot. Pharaoh shot is an incredibly broken weapon in this game. Pharaoh shot and Flash Stopper are two weapons we really want to grab early. They just help us progress through stages a lot faster. Pharaoh Shot has the ability to sort of get 2 shots for the price of 1 by hitting with the charge above your head as well as the release. So it helps us kill Bright Man faster than we would with Rain Flush. Hey man, could you stop jumping? That'd be fantastic. No, that's not acceptable. All right. No. All right, well. Why? Just be nicer. All right. You can get an animation skip there by jumping to the exact center of the room right as the fanfare starts, but it's pretty precise as well. So we're going to head to Bright now. We're going to collect Flash Stopper, and then from that point on, we've got the 2 most broken weapons of the game, as well as the balloon, so this speedrun really picks up after that. Baron Haynes did some optimizations in this stage fairly recently, but they're pretty risky, and I haven't really got them into my muscle memory yet, so we're just going to sort of leave them behind. But there's some pretty cool balloon tech in the second half of this stage, and I definitely am planning to be back to RTAing this game after GDQ, so we'll have to show those off at some point. This stage has a lot of randomness with the grasshoppers. They can jump short and they can jump far. And obviously we want them to jump further so that we can progress through the spike screens faster. Alright. So into the checkpoint room. This is where we would normally switch to balloon, but we're just going to go with Pharaoh. It's just a lot more consistent. Gonna try to take some D-boosts here so we can get out of these spike rooms a little faster. We're getting some bad luck from these grasshoppers, unfortunately. All right. Last room here. These platforms look kind of weird because you can kind of like almost walk off of them in a way. You can just keep holding right, and you won't actually walk off because the platform moves faster than Mega Man, so it's constantly picking you back up. So as long as you jump before it stops moving, you should always be safe. All right. So Brightman has the ability to flash you and freeze you in place, but he only does it at certain HP intervals, 16, 8, and 4 health remaining. So as long as we keep him off those HP values, he'll never flash us. So we need to make sure we hit him with a small charge shot there, and then we'll never ever put him in a value that he can do it. And there he goes. A minor optimization that you want to try to do is try to kill bosses closer to the center of the screen. Just like in Castlevania 3, we sort of brought it up that how it's similar to Mega Man. It's that the fanfare in this game doesn't start until those death sprites leave the screen. So. So Ring has a lot of mini bosses, but we're only going to fight one because mini bosses take time, and we don't want to waste time fighting them. Too lazy. We just want to fly past them if we can. So, ooh, got the bad luck. These turrets are random, so you kind of have to hope that they don't shoot you sometimes. Ooh. But here we're seeing the balloon. I can actually place it in the wall and still jump off of it before the disappearing sprite disappears. So it's somewhere between typically 9 or 8 frames, roughly, that you have typically to jump off of it. The sprite actually lasts for 11, but because the balloon gets placed in front of you, you actually have to move toward it a little bit before you can actually hop off of it. But placing balloons in the wall is also ideal because balloons actually generate quite a lot of lag in this game, so keeping them in that sort of despawned animation is typically better. So that's the mini boss we were going to kill. We're not touching any of these other ones. We're just going to throw and go. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Oh, okay. Those platforms are really weird. They've done some really bizarre things to me in my runs over the time. I don't actually have enough health to deboost through this guy correctly, so I'm going to have to actually take a hit here now off the ring, which only does 4 damage as opposed to 8. Not too bad, though. So Ringman is a scary fight, typically, because your health is usually low, so I'm going to focus here. Oh, okay. Okay. This is not helping. So yeah, your health is super low in that fight, so it can be really risky. And missing an input like I did there is pretty terrifying. Probably don't actually have a charge here, but that's all right. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. We're just going to do that then. Imagine playing a video game well. I can't. All right, he's dead.
Easy boss. Unfortunate
death there, but that's all right. Yeah, it's very risky. Your health is always low like that, so yeah, a single mistake, even though the fight is always the same every time, a single mistake is typically pretty terrifying. I would say the first 4 stages of this game are arguably the toughest. It's a constant sort of, like stage after stage gets harder and harder as you progress. And then you hit Skull and it gets a little bit easier, which is nice. Dust is actually, I think, the hardest stage in the game. There's some pretty scary sections because this screen in particular has a lot of lag. These blocks generate just a lot with these copter heads. Okay. Just gonna back boost him and go on. There is a zip actually in this crusher section. I'm gonna actually maybe try to do it just because, for fun. It's actually a little bit slower, unfortunately, but it looks really cool, so we're gonna go for it. Show it off here. There it is. Thanks for the boost, Matt. It just looks really cool. I like it. But it does lose about half a second to a second, unfortunately. So we're getting into Dust. He's really the first boss of the game that has a pretty big RNG factor. This game is known for its randomness, and so the bosses are typically a big factor on a time you're going to get in this game. Hopefully we get all jumps. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. I had the health to boost, so that was good. So yeah, those first 4 stages, it's always nice to finally get out of them because we're going to see a lot of balloon tech and Skull. Skull's actually a really fun stage to play through. I'm going to be doing another little zip here at the beginning. Something about this game that is kind of difficult for zipping. You can't just zip like we do in like Mega Man 1 and 2 because Capcom made it so that if you're in a wall without iframes, you die. So zipping in this game is very situational because you need to be in iframes in order to survive it. And so we're going to do a hit here, take damage so that that enemy pushes us through the wall with iframes and we don't take the death. And again, putting balloons in the wall if I can. Oh. Yay, nice. I think I just outed myself as a Canadian. All right. So then the second half of this stage, we're finally going to start seeing more of the other broken weapon, which is Flash Stopper. Ugh, if I could get off the ladder. By freezing enemies in place, it makes a lot of rooms fairly straightforward and simple. Oh, thanks, guys. But you can also kill enemies that are normally invulnerable, which is also really nice. Okay. And by sliding, you also extend the timer that Flash Stopper lasts, so it's a very, very important weapon for the run. All right, not too bad. Skull can keep that shield out for up to 4 seconds, so that's not that terrible of a pattern. Okay, so the next stage is Dive. We're going to be doing some sliding and movement underwater. This game and Mega Man 5 both have a mechanic where you can't jump out of your slide underwater. So I'm going to have to cancel my slides whenever I do that and I need to jump. So this first room, you're going to see a lot of really quick, short slide cancels just to make sure that I'm not, hopefully, sliding to spikes. If I slide. Nice. It's a kind of a tight boost there. Ah, missed that one. All right, that's fine. I wanted to go for them at least once because they're kind of fun to show off. There's almost nobody, well, there is nobody else that does the slide cancels in this stage, so I kind of wanted to show them here, but it's all good. Well, we missed it the second time. That's all right. We did get it once. I can do it. All right, we'll just skip these two because they're a little bit scary. All right.
Yo.
We got one. Still another one to go. I'm going to boost through this guy. Fortunately, it's a little laggier, but I'm down a couple flash stoppers because of the death, so... Oh, thanks, Eddie. What a bro. Hooks me up after. All right, that's fine. I don't want to rely on a drop from Eddie because he can definitely throw you a health or an E-tank or something, and then it's just not helpful. All right, this is fine. All right, both whales down. Those whales have 14 health, so mashing them is kind of tricky. Down that pit is the wire, but we don't need it. We're just going to skip on and go right to dive. If you chain your slides here, even by just mashing A, you can get through this room without any issues. So dive is kind of neat because all the other bosses, the fanfare when you kill them, always starts when their sprites leave the screen. But as you can see in the water here, there's like a bubble that floats from Mega Man, and it's actually when the bubble leaves the screen. And if I jump up at the middle of the screen at the right time, I can trigger the animation as soon as that bubble leaves the screen. It's a really good visual cue. Makes the dive skip actually quite easy, so. Some super little weird quirks about this game in that way. All right, we're off the drill. A lot of people think that this is the worst boss in the game. He's definitely not, but he is the one that can cost you the most time across the entire run if he decides to be mean. So every time, or Drillman can dive in his fight, and every time he chooses to, you will lose 4.3 seconds, which is a pretty substantial amount of time when you're trying to push a good time in this game. He'll always dive at the beginning of the fight, but other than that, you kind of hope that he just jumps around the room. Good bats. Again, showing off Flash Stopper in this stage as well as Toad in the next. Just incredibly useful for just keeping these enemies out of my way. Okay. I'm going to try to progress through this next room in one flash. It's a pretty long room, so it requires pretty good movement, so we'll see what we got here. Oh, I'm missing that one already. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, and that was a bad jump. So we're not going to get through in one, but that's all right. It's not that critical to get through in one. We'll just do the early menu to dive. Decent stage, though. So here's our buddy. He's going to go under here right away. So this is an okay pattern. It's not the best, but it's fine. It's definitely a consistent pattern. If you get a walk, it's like, all right, here we go. And we got one extra, so that's not too terrible. That's about the average. And just one Robot Master left before we already hit the Cossack stages. I guess to go over the story, in this game, Dr. Cossack is sending off these 8 Robot Masters to take out Mega Man, and he doesn't really know why. So it's finally the first game in the franchise where Dr. Wily's not the actual villain. We've also finally got Rush Jet. Jet we won't really see, though, until the Wily stages. The balloon is just too useful for vertical sections, so unless you're going over a section without balloon, and you kind of need to kill enemies too, it's not really useful. Despite the fact that Toad is typically known to be one of the easiest bosses in Classic Mega, his stage is actually quite challenging. There's some pretty tight jumps, especially in this rain section, that can really be brutal on casual players. So it definitely catches people off guard, I think, when they come to this game and they're like, oh, I heard Toad was the easiest boss. I say, well, yeah, but you just gotta be careful, because these waterfalls will definitely slow you down and speed you up depending on which way the water's flowing. So you just have to be very alert. These mini-bosses also are really slow to fight, so we're going to skip them again. Flash Stopper, allowing us to freeze the boss in place, prevents the invisible wall from spawning as well, and so we can slide through into the final room. Another quick slide cancel under the water there. Good stage. So yeah, he is weak to the drill. The drill is kind of a bad weapon in that it actually lags the game when it explodes as well. So you kind of want to not move when the drill explodes if you can. And down he goes. So now we have the 8 Robot Masters down. We're going to go off and chase Dr. Cossack. I think these first 2 stages of the Cossack stages are probably 2 of my favorite stages in the game. They're very, very movement heavy and very balloon heavy as well, so they're very fun to execute. This is also one of my, it's actually close to one of my favorite songs in the game too. It's just, it really implies the pressure of the tough stages that you're about to face. Oh, please. 2 tiled high jumps. All right. This is also the only stage in the game that has ice physics, so you have to be a little careful. Fortunately, if you're constantly sliding, the ice physics doesn't really apply a whole lot, so movement doesn't really change. Oh, we'll despawn him. This triple balloon in the next room is a little tricky. We didn't get it. Oh! I did not mean the back boost there. Bad habit. All right, let's do that again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do jet here because I would like to save my balloons for the next stage to show them off. That's fine. All right. So we're into Mothra, yeah. His hitbox is pretty small. It's a 1 tile space. Unfortunately, though, the weapon you fight him with, Ring, its hitbox is 1 pixel. So this becomes very difficult to get hits in, and you need to be pretty precise on your jumps to make sure you're hitting it. Actually, that's something to note. All the weapons in this game have, for whatever reason, their hitbox is only 1 pixel. So despite the fact the weapon looks huge, it's actually still kind of difficult sometimes to hit the boss you're trying to hit. All right, into Cossack 2.
Are you doing triple?
No. I'm not. So there's some balloons in this stage that are pretty tough. Oh, I tried. Sorry, Prissy. We're gonna grab it anyway. I'll try the other one. Again, going through this screen with balloon much faster than going through with jet because you can slide, and jet just, unfortunately, doesn't give you that option to go faster. Oh. Oh my goodness. That would have been bad. All right, health is not looking great right now, unfortunately. Oh, I got one. It's all right. Oop. Wrong weapon. So my health is actually kind of bad here because anything that Square could hit me with will kill me. So this fight is going to become very important to make sure that I play it a little more cautiously. Standard. This boss is the worst boss in the game for trying to get the best pattern. There's like a 1 in 10 chance that you get the good pattern per cycle. And since you have to fight him twice or in 2 different cycles, that's kind of unfortunate, because that means it's a 1% chance to get the best pattern. And we got the second worst, which is the most common pattern. Loses about 10 seconds. All right. Fortunately, his attacks are very easy to read, and so as long as you're somewhat careful, it's not too bad of a fight. And yeah, we're into the auto-scroller, so this is donation heaven right now.
Well, that's great, because we do have a bunch of donations. We have $20 from Mr. Swede. Good luck, Chelney. Shoutouts to that handsome couch as well as the whole classic Mega Man community. Happy Stone.
Thanks, Swede.
We have $30 from Sage Hero, who says, good luck and wish I was there. Shell Drill.
Hey, see, Sage was actually supposed to be here. Unfortunately, he got very ill before the marathon, it sounds like, so he wasn't able to come. So really unfortunate, but hopefully we'll see him next time.
We have $10 from Almond City, who wants to say, good luck, Chelney. Here's $10 for being crazy enough to go for Spike Slide.
Thanks, Almond.
We have $10 from Anonymous, who wants to say, I've been watching the show all week, and it's about time I donated something. Brilliant speedruns for a brilliant cause. We have $20 from Avatra Zero. Shout out to the GDQ Discord. $20 to the Shattered Man Glitch in Earthbound. We have $25.02 from Jagatooth. Gotta donate for my boy Chelney. Missed my chance during Castlevania, so glad I get to say what up here. Let's go! Big shout out to the 502. Love you and everyone involved with this. $20 from G. Chris, who just wants to say, wouldn't be a GDQ without some classic Mega Man. And we have $5 from
All right. My buffer, why didn't you work? That's okay. Unfortunately, dying in an auto-scroller is really not good, but that's fine.
We have $5 from Shy Asian Guy, who just wants to say, shout out to the classic Mega Man community. Good luck to Chelney on his run. $50 from Squidman. And his comment is, I woke up just in time to see this run live. Good luck, Chelney. We have $100 from Old Man Sunshine. First time donation, love Super Metroid races. Hope to see more. Also, kudos to other games in GDQ. Save the frames!
All right, we're back. We're fine. Never happened. Except it did. All right. I definitely don't think this run has earned a moonwalk, so we're not going to hold left here. Don't deserve it. So we got the cockroach fight here. There's 2 of them. Obviously, they share the same health bar. Oh, okay. Why? All right. I try to get a double hit there so that I can save a little bit of time on this phase. But it's all right. We're out of the stage, and we're low on Pharaoh, unfortunately, so we're going to have to pick some up in the next stage. This game is actually routed pretty particular for Pharaoh shots, so usually by the end of the game, depending on how doubles go on Wily Capsule, you're pretty much out of ammo. Oh. Inputs. Okay. Nice. It's actually really tough to get under that guy when he does the big hop. So we're going to take this shortcut. The other way you go around the top, and it's quite a few extra screens. So even though you do some extra menuing here, it's actually quite a bit faster to go this route. All right, so Cossack Catcher, Dr. Cossack, he's got sort of a manipulation here. You can't really control what his actions are based on him moving, but you can lock him in place, kind of like how you extend Flashstopper's timer by sliding. And an easy place to manage that is in the corner of the fight. So if I can get him away from the corner, I can sort of lock him in a horizontal position like this, and that makes this fight a lot more manageable. If he starts to move in on me, it gets a little more... Ooh, we got the invisible sprite. Nice. So this is where we find out Dr. Cossack actually isn't the villain. Dr. Wily kidnapped his daughter and forced him to work for him against Mega Man. So quite the evil scheme. Now the true villain emerges.
We have $50 from Yoka, who just wants to say, is this base?
No. Oh, Joka. All right, so we're into the Wily stages now. This is a really movement-heavy stage. The first one, there's not really much going on other than there's a lot of Met enemies. You have the ones that die, like the standard Mets, in a single shot, and then you've got these spinning Mets, which I'm about to fight here, that take 3. So knowing which ones are which is kind of important for a speedrun, so you can be prepared appropriately for what shots you need to be doing. We've also got the last of the slide cancels coming up in this room here. Last water section. Oh, I missed that one a little bit. My jump was too high, so... All right. So yeah, now Jet is going to start getting some time on screen. Since we are out of balloon, we can't really utilize it anymore. And so Jet is going to become our #1 source of vertical movement. All right, decent stage. So this boss, he can do 2 different types of jumps: high jumps, or further jumps, and shorter jumps, I guess you could say, or patterns. So that's a short hop, which means I'm only going to get 4 or 5 hits in max. The longer pattern gives me the ability to get 6 hits in. So getting 2 short hops right away is not really that good. It means we might end up with a 4 cycle here. Ooh, good, okay. Should be fine. You can get 6 hits in on the longer patterns, so they're definitely a lot more desirable. 3 stages to go. Wily 2, again, is going to show off a lot of Jet. And then the boss fight at the end will show off a new trick that wasn't shown off 2 years ago. Again, a lot of spikes in this earlier section, so you got to be a little bit careful. Something that's worth noting, I guess, that I haven't really mentioned, a lot of people give Mega Man 3 a lot of flack for the amount of lag that's in it, but this game is definitely comparable. If you don't do certain screens certain ways, you can definitely lose a lot of time to just additional lag, and this is no exception. This room here, depending on how you summon Jet and where you summon him and such, can make a huge difference. Shoutouts to Hypa for that jump there. Yo, we didn't fall this year. Oh, but I can't do the corner jump. It's all right. Yo, give me the arc shot. Oh, all right. Those gumballs have two different patterns, so I just menued to Toad. You're probably thinking, Toad? Why would he menu to Toad? Well, you may have noticed that boss health fills are really long in this game. But I'm going to cancel this one. Decent fight.
It's good.
So despite you do an extra menu to switch to Rain Flush, it still is faster to do that and then switch back to the weapon. Even if you're doing the glitch with Drill where you destroy the hitbox and you can stand inside of his hitbox, it's still faster to switch to Drill. The downside for most people is it also requires, it basically makes your ammo a little tight, and so you can't mess up any other spot with Rain Flush. You won't have enough to do, like, if you mess up your skull hits on Bright, you won't have enough Rain Flush to kill him. So it's a pretty particular ammo setup that we've got going on, because we used to always finish the run with one extra Rain Flush, so it's nice that we're finally utilizing it. So yeah, Pharaoh weakness is Flash Stopper, but it's incredibly slow because we can only shoot lemons, unfortunately, while he's frozen. So despite the fact that it makes the fight incredibly free because he doesn't move, it makes the fight incredibly slow. And so we're going to be fighting him with Dust, which does 2 damage and is quite a bit faster than that. Stop jumping. He's been really mean to me this run. It's really not nice. All right, here we go. Or sort of. And since we're already on Dust, we're going to go fight Skull. Save ourselves a menu. Oh, that was so close. You can squeeze a 4th hit in there before he gets his shield up, but it's very, very, very tight. It's like, I think between the 4 shots, you have only 3 frames of variance between all 4, so your hits have to be very, very good. Ooh. All right. Into the Bright fight. Once again, avoiding the HP values is important, so we need to hit him with an odd number of Skull Crushers so that happens. And now we can switch back to Rain Flush. I'm gonna grab this. Might as well. So we've got 1 left, and that's because we want to use this on Drill. It's the only weapon that can actually hit Drill when he's invulnerable underground. So, and this actually saves us 1 dive missile shot as well, since missile only does 3 damage. Come back, buddy. I know you're tired of seeing me, but all right, not too terrible again. Only 1 dive. That's, like I said, it's pretty average. 1 is not unusual. Getting more or less is like more rare for sure. All right, so there's a new fight here on Ring, where it's based off of the CF0 fight in X2, where you try to shoot your smaller shots from further away. That was good.
Nice.
Kills him probably about a half second faster, so it's definitely worth it. All right, not quite the best pattern, but decent. Machine here, it's kind of weird here. We're gonna do kind of the same kind of HP fill glitch that we did on Taco Trash in the last stage. I'm gonna hit the last hit with Drill, and that'll do two things. It's going to help me by dealing double damage on the next phase, and it will also skip this health fill. So it's got multiple reasons there. I did like 8 damage with my first Drill on that first shot. And that was pretty good. Nice. All right, last stage. Capsule, if you guys saw the run from 2 years ago with my race with Almond, you can definitely see the variance between good Capsule RNG versus not so good RNG. He can spawn in locations that allow you to get double hits, and he can definitely spawn in locations that do not allow you to get double hits. So a lot of this is really random. Again, utilizing that Pharaoh shot can do that. All right. So we're hoping for sort of top left, top middle-y kind of spawn locations. That's not really... I might have been able to get that one, but not really the great pattern here. All right, and it's time. So that was Mega Man 4 in slightly slower than 2 years ago. No, over 40 is kind of unfortunate, but that's all right. We got to show off a few new things with this game, which is pretty cool.
Thank you, Chelney, for that run. And we do have some donations. We have an $1,000 donation from an anonymous donor. We also have a $10 donation from Enea 5 Marks saying, shoutouts to the best song in the classic Mega series, Cossack 2. And now we're going to play a quick ad on Twitch, so hang on to your seats. We have $10 from J Spice saying, where are all the donations at? Come on, people, let's get this going. Obligatory. We have $100 from Old Hoovian. Took the week off work for this GDQ. Super hyped for Kingdom Hearts. Also, Chelney, what do you get if you combine Proto Man, Elec Man, and Zero? Pez Man! I'm so sorry. We have $25 from Rocks Monster, who says, seeing Mega Man 4 reminded me of riding the bus home, opening a pack of Dunkaroos, puncturing a Capri Sun, and trying to defeat Dr. Wily. Thanks, GDQ, for a great week of content. Shout out to Chelney for all the damage boosts. We're just going to do a quick stream reset, so don't panic if your stream goes offline. So the people doing audio engineering for our event, Power Up Audio, they're a great indie sound studio. They're from Vancouver, Canada. They've worked on such games as The Darkest Dungeon and Super Meat Boy Forever. The entire team is here at Summer Games Done Quick. Jeff, Joey, Kevin, and Cole. They're donating their times because they're such gracious folks, and they're on sound 24/7 during this event. Check them up at powerupaudio.com. Now, we do have an upcoming donation war with the language for Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. So far, German is winning at $3,479.35, and the other languages available are Spanish, French, and English. You can check out gamesdonequick.com to look at the tracker to see upcoming bids and prizes. We have $20 from PM Rants. Picked up an extra shift at work this week so I could donate. This is really amazing and more people should know about this. Save the lives, but also save the frames. We have $50 from Smokaloke. Yo, dog. I heard you like shout-outs, so I'd like to shout out all the shout-outs going towards all those deserving of the shout-outs. Keep up the stellar work, everyone. P.S. Shout out to killing those fur balls. So one of our sponsors is the Yeti, a longtime partner of ours. The Yeti has supported 12 Games Done Quick events since 2012 by creating memorable and, quite frankly, amazing t-shirts, pins, and more. Visit their official collection at www.theyeti.com/SGDQ. And $4 from every shirt goes towards Doctors Without Borders. And now, Avenging Spirit featuring John Carls.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So my name is John Carls. This game is Avenging Spirit. It is a Game Boy game, and we met an incentive for this to do the good ending. So just real quick, I would like to explain what the good ending is versus the bad ending. So in this game, you are walking with your girlfriend and you are tragically murdered. So that is a really downer beginning of this game. And so, and now you are a ghost. But the thing is, basically your girlfriend was kidnapped by these gangsters because her father studies ghost energy, of course, and they also like ghost energy for some reason. And so they kidnap her, and her father brings us back to life to go rescue her. And so basically you can beat the game without rescuing her, and the ending's really depressing, and then you can beat the game with rescuing her, and it's just mildly depressing. So we're going to do good ending. Are you guys ready for the timer? Okay. We're going to do an RNG manipulation to start the game, so I'm going to just need quiet just right in the beginning for an audio cue, and then if you guys can just start whenever I hit start, I guess. If that timing works, because the foot pedal's not here. It's really a nice tune, though.
He's listening for a point in the song.
I think I got it. Okay. Woo! Okay, so here we are. We are a ghost, and this game's kind of like Kirby, but with possession. We get to take over whatever enemy that we want, and they all have different powers and different strengths. So in the route, the girl is the fastest in terms of movement and jumping, and there are several characters that are more powerful.